everyone. Haha, welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for returning and watching the videos. So this week's video is going to be around tips and tricks for travelling with an autistic child or a child with hidden disabilities. You know, we're centric around Florida, but there's most of these tips are for sort of every sort of trip you may go on through an airport or through any sort of travel situation. So it's going to be a bit of a mishmash. I'm going to do the videos everywhere. So today you're joining me on my walk here at Kingsbury Water. So I found myself somewhere nice to sit so I can talk you through topic one. Oh, that was a big pause. That was a big pause. Topic one is the airport. So most of the airports in the UK now follow a program that is the Sunflower Disability Program. So that's done by lanyards and stickers and hats and so on and bands, and is basically a green and yellow band or lanyard that is worn by the person with disability or the person helping them. This will identify you to the airport staff as someone that needs, you know, additional time, additional help with getting through the airport. What I can suggest is, if you can, go and find those lanyards. Go online. I will link the disability lanyard, the sunflower lanyard, in the box below. The box below, yes. And if I can put it on the screen, it'll be on the screen somewhere here. Yeah. So generally, my biggest bit of advice is to go online and check the website out, see what they do, because all the airports have the thing about disability and explains where, if you don't have a pass, where you can go and get one of these passes. It's lanyards, I mean a lanyard. The lanyard or a badge, and it also gives you the way they help you along with getting through security, getting through check-in, through the airport with ease. Now, one thing to note on the bigger airports, some of them have family and assisted security lanes, but not all of them. I know for a fact that Terminal 3 at Heathrow doesn't, as a friend of mine has just been through there, and when they tried to get through, there wasn't one of these lanes, but they were noticed with the lanyards and they were issued to the front of the security queue. I know for a fact, as I've done it before, also both north and south at Gatwick do have these lines. Bristol will send you straight through fast track. Birmingham is pretty much the same. They'll send you straight through fast track if you've got that. Right, I don't know what's happened here, but I seem to have met. Right, hang on. Oh, they're all off. They're all off. They know I'm filming. Oh no! Oh no! They're escaping. No, there they go. They obviously don't like Tiggerific Tales. They're not fans. Ladies and gents, they're not fans. I'm shocked and appalled. Girls, come back. I'm not that boring. Shut up, Duncan. Right. So, don't think the light's very good there. Let me come this way. That's a bit better. So the girls, they're all over there. They're all over there. Don't worry. They obviously don't like my voice or something. I'm not going to put a joke in there. Put the joke in you want. Right. So you've got through security. You've done your fast track. You've worn your lanyard. You've done all that. Now it's time you're in departures lounge. Now this is up to you. Generally we go for a lounge when it's reasonable enough. At the minute they're not that reasonable, so we haven't gone for them this time, but we'll probably get away with me and Rue going off and finding the play park in Terminal 3, or maybe the sensory room, and Zoe will go off and look at the shops like she does. So then it comes down to the gate when you're about to board the plane. So my biggest tip is, as soon as the gate is called, get yourself over there. I know some people might think, oh, you got plenty of time, but get yourself over there as soon as you can, and then go and speak to the people on the gate, you know, and explain who you are, what's going on, explain your difficulties with your child. They will then, you know, they'll know about it, and they'll know that if you need a little bit of extra time getting on the plane, or if you've asked to go on first or go on last, they know this information and they can help you around with it. They'll also probably give you some information of where to sit or what to do. If this is my last vlog, I hope you enjoyed it. I think I'm going to be death by geese in a minute, so I may move, but we'll just wait and see. Right, so yeah, and then when you get on the plane, you've done that, you've got on the plane, you've done what you've got to do. The next bit of advice is always, as soon as you get on, don't necessarily stop there and ask to speak to someone, but when you get on, the people greeting you just sort of say, we're in seat whatever. Could you ask why the staff member, or the receptionist? Not a receptionist. The air hostess, air steward, to come and see you and have a quick chat. Or if you can, get the head of the stewards to come and see you. Generally, we found when you've done that, you say hi, you welcome, you introduce them to your kid or the person you're travelling with. They know who they are, and then you go through what their quirks are. They're quirks because they're just travelling. And if you speak to them there and tell them that, you'll generally find that they will help you. I'm going to go because he looks mean. He looks proper. Oh no. Haha, I've scared him off. So that's pretty much it for the getting through the airport, getting on the plane. That's section 1. Section 2 we'll get into as arrivals at your destination. Generally, I'm going to speak about Orlando because that's where we're going, but generally these tips and tricks work for whatever destination you're going to. Tell them the next bit. Oh yeah? You tell the ladies and gentlemen. No, are you? Oh, no, she's not. Right, so tip number 3. When you arrive at the American airports, MCO, Tampa, wherever it be for your Florida holiday, biggest bit of advice is email the airport, email the people at the airport, tell them you're coming, tell them about the disability your person has, your child, your person that you're travelling with, and if they do have trouble queuing in lines, then tell them that and ask them if there's a way they can expedite it. And generally, most of the time, when you get there, they'll let you go through the domestic American TSA booths, the immigration booths, or they'll put you into one of the disabled special assistance lines, which is great, and you get through really quickly. There's hardly ever anyone there. And that's one of the best things you can do. They also recognise the sunflower lanyards. So as I was saying previously, get yourself one of these lanyards, go through with it, be it one of the hats, one of the lanyards itself, and make sure, if your little one won't wear it, make sure you're wearing it, and they'll identify you and they'll recognise it. So that it is getting farther and farther afield and used a lot. So that's my big tip for going through there. Then you're onto your first ride of the holiday on the monorail, and isn't it magical? So I'm not going to give you any more tips on going through the airport, getting your car. That's pretty much up to you. You can go to whichever car rental place or your Uber or your taxis, and there's plenty of people online that can tell you about that. This is not what that vlog's about, so I'm leaving that one to you. So on to tip number 4. So you've done your travel day, you've got there, you're on your way to Disney. So what do you do about going into the parks with your little person, with your person with disabilities? So what Disney do is a thing called the Disney, it's the Disabled Accessibility Service, DAS or DAS. And that basically is very much like if you go to any of the other theme parks here in the UK. They offer a service where you can do a virtual queue through your Magic Band. Only difference being, if you can sort it out beforehand, that's great. I'm going to link it to the description below, but here's the problem. Go onto the Disney website, go onto the Disney search bar if you're in the UK and search for DAS. It comes up with frequently asked questions, and you try and click on it, and all that ever happens is it takes you back to the main screen. So Disney sort it out. Bit of a crap one, thank you. But basically, let me explain the DAS pass. So, what you want to do is 30 days before you can go, you can contact the guest relations, the cast members, and ask for a virtual meeting over a Skype call, a video call. But what you need to do is have the person with a disability there with you, because when they contact you, they're going to see them, they're going to want to see the person, maybe talk to them or not, or talk to their carers and so on, and they'll take a picture of them there and then to actually link to your Disney account, which will then allow you to have the DAS pass. So you've had your meeting, they've video called you, so now it's time to go and enjoy the parks. So what happens is with the DAS pass is you can then book 2 slots in a day on 2 attractions where you can go and have a time where you can get basically a lightning lane. But this is it's very much like the old DAS pass where you used to use the fast passes. But that's for 2 set in the day that you can go and you know for the time you can get on there. So my recommendation for them is you go and get them for the ride you really want. You know, your Seven Dwarfs, your Peter Pan's flights, your Soarings, your Guardians, your whatever it is in whatever park, you know, Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. Get those for the hours that you can book in, because then you're pretty much guaranteed to get on that ride for that day, and it means that you get a chance to ride it with that person. If then you want to get more, you can, as you used to, if you've been to Disney before, go up to the ride, the cast member at the front of the ride, and ask them for a return time. And it works very much the same way. They'll scan your band, scan your ticket, and they'll give you a return time, and then you can go back and use the lightning lane. And that's for every day you're in a park. What it does mean if you're going to park hop is when you hop to the park, you can only use the callback time feature. You won't be able to just book the 2-hour slots because they've already pre-done. You generally have to do them the day before. It's all linked to your My Disney app, so you can use your app to do all the booking of the times for your passes, but also your phone call with the cast member. They should take you through all that. That's Disney. So next subject, SeaWorld. So SeaWorld. So you're off to SeaWorld. It works a bit differently at SeaWorld. So very much like if you go to Chessington, we did this at Chessington, you will go and see customer services, explain that you're with a person with additional needs and would like the queue assistant program, which then they give you a card, very much like I'll put one on the screen now, that gives you a chance to do very much like what you just did in Disney. You would go up to the ride operator at the front, ask for a callback time, the ones that are manned. If not, generally you go to the exit and you walk up to the end of the exit and someone will come and see you and they'll give you a callback time. Generally what we have found in SeaWorld is, I'm covering the camera there. What we've generally found in SeaWorld is if you go to the back of the queue and line up, they generally let you on straight away. I've only had it once, or I think it was in Infinity Falls we went on, and we did have to wait about 10 minutes, came back, and they let us straight on. So it's very much the same. You go with the ticket, they'll sign you and give you a time, and you get so many per day, but if your card runs out, you just go back to customer service and get another one. So that's SeaWorld. Now on to Universal. Hello! Again, me, just cutting in, future me. Connor was there this weekend, so I had to wind him up a little bit. Bit of light entertainment for you. He still hates me, but I'm his uncle and he's got to love me. And secondly, he has to stay. He's got a job at the fun fair now, so next 6 weeks on the weekends, watch out. Kiss Rose. Time to get up. So we have a helper on this thing. This part of the video. Come on, Joseph, get with it. So, welcome back on this. Universal. So, Universal run a system called APP, or AAP, sorry, which is very much like all the others. Theirs reminds me more of the way you get it over here at places like Chessington, where you get the card, like SeaWorld. So you go to customer relations, customer services, guest relations, whatever you want to call it. As you go into the park, you go and see them, obviously discuss with them about having a person with disabilities. What they generally do is they give you a card, and you go like all the others, you go up, but this is slightly different. So what Universal do is, if the ride is literally under a half-hour wait, you just go straight on. They'll let you straight on. If it's more than a half-hour wait, what they do is then give you a callback time. Literally, you know, and it's for whatever the queue is. So if it's, she's pulling me away. So if it's a 60-minute wait and you turn up at 2 o'clock, they're going to give you a callback time of 3 o'clock. But within that time, you get to go ride other attractions. So say you've gone to Velocicoaster and they've given you a callback time of an hour. Within that hour, you can go ride any other rides using your pass that are under 30 minutes. So, you know, make full good use of that where you can, and you know, grab grab the rides you want to do the most, and then go and ride. Then go ride anything else you can that's under a half-hour wait, and that will kill the time. Or go get a sandwich, do whatever you've got to do. But generally, if you can work it and work that work for you, then that's great. So the last bit of this is, you've had your fun, you're in your theme parks, it's time to go home. Oh, no one likes that, no one likes it. But the final thing you can do for a return trip back home is going through the MCO airport. So here's my tips for this. So when you get to MCO, just before, sorry, not until you get there, just before, about 72 hours to 48 hours, you want to ring TSA Cares. Now, TSA Cares is the assistance program for the American border control. So literally, it's as simple as you ring them up, you explain what you're going to the airport for, so going home, and you explain the disability that your person has and the help that you need. Generally what we ask for is assistance through the security, because it can be really busy and a really bit of a harrowing time. So the way this works is I ring them up, you can use, if you've got an American SIM card, use that, or generally if you're in a hotel, they'll let you call it because it's a toll-free number. And very much the same if you're in a villa. Most of the villas have phones that you can use local and toll-free numbers, which this number is. I'll put the number in the description below, and I'll put the thing on the screen somewhere there. So what you do is you ring them up, as I say, you tell them about the things. So when you get to the airport, you do your check-in, you do your bits and bats with that, and then you go to security. When you get to security, go and find one of the representatives and explain that you've got TSA Cares. They'll ask you for your name, perhaps a reference number. They'll do that, and then someone will come out and meet you. So someone from the TSA will come and meet you. And what they do then is they then help you through there. And that's as much as generally what we find is someone will come along, help Zoe and Ruben get through to the other side as quickly as they can. They'll come back and see me, and I've got to go because I've got to go pick Ruben up. Nope, false alarm, they're still on it, They're up and down, Right, so that person will then take you through the TSA, and generally, as I said, they take Zoe and Ruben through first, and they come back and help me with all the bags, and they'll make sure it goes through the security. And you go through a Pacific lane as well. Generally the queues can be a bit, but that TSA officer will always be with you all the way through until you get to the other side. And then obviously you're off to the other side, you're off to your gate, and it's pretty much the same again from what I said from the beginning. When you're on the airport coming to Orlando, at the gate, speak to the gate representative, tell them who you are, tell you who you've got, tell them what you need, and they will help you out. They'll give you instructions. So that's pretty much it for everything of the tips and tricks for being in Orlando and being on Disney in America with a person with additional needs. I hope any of this helps. As I say, look at the description below. All the websites will be linked in there. And if there's any questions or anything, please comment below and I'll try and answer as many as I can.